couple of questions here on parcel taxes. And it says, justify why members of the community should still be paying different parcel taxes for fire protection now that we're all one district, and would parcel taxes have to be raised if the consultant's estimates are wrong? So people are concerned about parcel taxes and the amount they're paying. Mr. McCusick, do you want to talk about that?
Well, I'll tell you, I like the property tax, parcel tax that I pay in El Granada right now. It's $30 for parcel plus 0.067%. About $700 or $650 is my fire tax, which is right around the same as the $700 I pay on my household insurance. And what I look at that as a good balance. We're spending enough on solving the big problems and the little problems that they're doing no more parcel taxes needed to drive down the insurance costs. That the balance in our expenditures on it from the homeowner point of view. And so I think that there's more to be said, but we spend the right amount of money for fire services and to prevent the big problems, the little problems from getting us. And that's what we're doing right now.
Thank you. Mr. Riddell, what about parcel taxes?
Yeah, and if you look at what the board's been doing, we've been lowering the assessment fees in Montero Moss Beach. And there again, nobody on this board probably has more of a self-interest than I do. I live in Montero and I pay the higher fees. But the reason I voted against making them the same is when both districts consolidated, Montero wasn't running 3 people on an engine company. They were only running 2. But after the consolidation, the county standard is 3 people on an engine company. So where did that money come from? It had to come from somewhere. And since I sit on the board now, I represent the entire coast, not just Montero and Moss Beach. So our finance committee is supposed to be looking at this to see exactly how far we can go. And we have taken the initiative to try to lower that. And if we can, we'll lower it some more. But I'm not into shifting the tax burden to the south, because I don't think that's being responsible either. It's not the fault of the districts that the state took that money away from us.
Thank you. Mr. McIntosh.
First of all, any property tax or any increase in taxes requires a vote of the people. The board doesn't do it unilaterally. So as far as your taxes are going up, they go up only if you vote to take them up. Otherwise, the district has to live within its resources. It's very simple. We only have the resources we can live in. Earlier it was said that the 5-year projection showed that the reserves were going down each year. Sorry, that's not the reading. The reading on it says that we are going to be in a positive, reoccurring revenue stream for at least the next 5 years, which means that the money coming in is going to exceed the expenses every year for at least the next 5 years, and that assumes that we're going to get less money in taxes and that costs are going to increase. And she still came up with a positive number.
Thank you. Mr. Alfano, question of parcel tax.
So in El Granada, it's not $30, it's actually $35. And that's half of Bay and half in El Granada pay that fee right now. Currently in Montero Moss Beach, there was a benefit assessment that was voted on, Measure H, many years ago, decades ago, just before we consolidated. It originally was up to 170 or up to 199. It could even went higher, but it was at 177, and the board has continuously dropped it ever since I've been on the board. It's now at about $135. I'm committed, and I think the entire board is, in keeping that as low as possible and keep going down with that. We just have to figure out if there's a legislative issue that we have to deal with. I know our board attorney's working on it. There has to actually be a vote of the people to make some changes here, but we're going to continue to lower it. And there's never been talk about increasing taxes. That's just a spin that people are being put out there, and it's not the case at all. I would not be interested in raising the taxes at all. We can do this well within our means, and our consultants have proven that to us.
Thank you. And Mr. Cockrell.
Yeah, I'm glad Mr. Riddell told us about the fact that he voted no to do away with the parcel tax. One slight mistake he made was it wasn't to equal the Point Montero assessment to be equal with Half Moon Bay. It was to get rid of all the parcel taxes together. And there's one other little error in the facts here, and that is at the sole discretion of the board, they can raise the parcel tax of the Point Montero or the old Point Montero Fire District up as high as $250 without a vote of the people. So that's what we understand right now. So the only answer is if you have any hopes of seeing your parcel tax disappear, you need to want to keep CAL FIRE because they provide superior service at responsible cost. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Anderson, finally. And the parcel
Once
tax.
again, I'm going to refer to the budget. And this is the final board budget for this year, and it's showing a negative figure of 1.2 million and change just between projected revenues and operating expenditures. That is starting off with a minus number, and how someone else can answer a question saying that it's positive, that's absolutely incorrect. It's right here in the numbers for everybody to see. And I personally am going to research doing away with all of the parcel taxes and certainly making them more even if I cannot achieve that goal. But that will be one of my first goals. First, renew the contract with CAL FIRE. Second, research the parcel tax. And third, look at another ambulance.
Thank you.